Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. So today, I saw a post on Twitter where they compared Joel versus Leon, and many people were saying that this tweet was bait, farming engagement, and this was a dumb question. And although many people have their answers already, and many people would think this is a dumb question, but here we like to overthink and make a big thing out of a small one. So we're going to compare these two characters in depth using three factors that I'm going to be talking about. The first one is going to be age between these two characters. The second of all is going to be the universe they're set in. And the third one is going to be the plot armor each character has. So we're going to compare these three things. So let's get straight to it. So first, let's compare the age between these two characters. Joel in The Last of Us 1, he's 52 years old. And we're not going to compare his age in the second game because we know that in the second game he's useless. And Leon in that game is about 27 years old. So we have a middle-aged man with daughter issues and we have a 27 depressed cop. Who is going to win this battle? We'll have to wait and see. So obviously age is a big factor because Joel being way older than Leon is a bit slower, and in the game we can see that the age affects him somehow. But also, because he's older, he has more experience. We have to take into account that he has been in an apocalypse for about 27 years. Also, in The Last of Us, he was a firefly for a time, he was also a smuggler, and he was also a scavenger, and he used to kill people just like what they did to him and Ellie when they arrived to the city. So that's a big factor. Joel has multiple experience with a bunch of things. He also knows how to use basically every single gun that the universe of The Last of Us has. He knows how to use a flamethrower, he knows how to use a bow and arrow, he knows how to use a hunting rifle, pistols, he knows how to use assault rifles, shotguns. So the guns are not his problem. But the problem is that he's a little bit slower. If he takes damage, it's going to take a bigger toll on him. So he has more experience, but the age is a bit of a problem for him. Now let's talk about Leon, because Leon is younger. But at the same time, he doesn't have that much experience as Joel. Yeah, he knows how to use shotguns, rifles, and pistols, and as we know, he is a cop, so he has basic first aid and knows how to use like the knife and bunch of things. But at the same time, I feel like if you put him other type of guns like the ones Joel has, maybe Leon is going to struggle a little bit. So that's his letdown, that Leon doesn't have that much experience. I mean, by this Resident Evil 6 he has a lot of experience because he's a bit older, but we're not comparing that. We're comparing the Resident Evil 4 version. But his biggest factor and his biggest advantage is his age. And because his age, he's a bit more agile, he's faster. If he receives damage, it's not going to take a toll on him. We know he knows how to use backflips to his advantage. And the thing that is really an advantage for him is those kicks. The kicks that Leon makes, literally that's the biggest plus he has in hand-to-hand combat, and him being young. So if we were to put into a hand-to-hand combat between Joel and Leon, Joel is cooked. Joel is not going to be able to stand a chance. Leon would just kick him, boom, in the face. That's it for Joel. But if we're talking to a gunfight, maybe Joel is going to have a little of advantage, because we know that Joel has very good experience with snipers, with assault rifles, with shotguns. He knows how to make traps. So in a weapons combat, Joel maybe is winning, but in a hand-to-hand combat, Leon is winning that shit all day long. Now we're going to talk about their universe, and what I mean about their universe is that I'm going to be talking about the danger that surrounds each character. So which universe is harder, the Last of Us universe or the Resident Evil one? So let's start with the Last of Us universe. So as we know, the biggest threat in this universe is the Cordyceps virus, which, don't get me wrong, it is a big deal because the zombies are not just regular ones. You have the clickers that are way more powerful than a regular one. You have the stalkers that are just a phase before the clickers, but they're agile. They hide from you to creep up behind you. And we have the bloaters, which are basically an infected that has been way too much time infected, so he's evolved into like this big monster. And that's it. That's all the dangers that we have in terms of zombies. But we know that in this universe, the biggest threat are the humans. We know that the humans are the awful part. We know that these are the most dangerous ones because they are the ones that are living. But apart from this, you have no other risk in this universe, which it still is a lot, but that's it. I mean, the characters have been so in this apocalypse, they already have all the methods so they don't die. So you know that the clickers, you don't make a sound. The bloaters, also not with sound because they're blind. The regular ones, you can just punch them and they're dead. And the biggest threat, to be honest, that the one that is not predictable and everything is the humans. Just like what happened to Joe. He ended up dying to a human. So that's the biggest threat in the Last of Us universe. Now, if you go to a Resident Evil universe, oh man, that's a whole nother deal. Because if we talk about the whole Resident Evil universe, all the characters in the Last of Us universe are getting cooked. There's no way they're surviving in that universe. But we're going to be talking about Resident Evil 4. But Leon has fought literally super creatures. Like, check this shit. A bloater, that is the biggest threat, doesn't compare to this. And this is just one boss. Here's another one. Like, come on. And that's just Resident Evil 4. Also, the humans in this universe play a big part, but the supernatural is the bigger threat. And I'm sorry, but The Last of Us is getting cooked in this universe. The Resident Evil universe is way harder, more dangerous. Literally switch Joel and Leon. Joel is dying in the first year. You put Leon in the Last of Us universe, Leon is giving Ellie to the Fireflies in a week, in 4 days. Like he getting the job done. So the next part is plot armor, and I know you're going to be saying like, what do you mean plot armor? Why you're comparing plot armor between these two characters? They're both protagonists. Obviously, they're going to have some plot. How much of a plot armor this character has against this other one? And the reason I'm making this category is because between these two, one of them is canonically dead. And it's because of a dumbass reason. But Joel's death in The Last of Us 2 is hella dumb, undervalues Joel as a character a lot. We're going to be telling me that a guy who has lived 25 years in an apocalypse, who knows how to spot setups, who knows traps, knows how to basically survive, and knows how humans act, is going to be following unknown people to their base and then being like, oh yeah, my name is Joel Miller and I live in Jacksonville. Come, take some supplies from Jacksonville. No, like, it was written that way so they could kill Joel off. But if you take into account how Joel acts in the game, it doesn't make sense. I mean, people invent the excuse that is like, oh, but Joel, since living in Jackson, has become softer. He has believed in humanity again. Believe me, a person who has lived 25 years into an apocalypse, who knows basically everything, is not going to go soft in a matter of 5 years. Like, come on now. Sorry, I get a little bit mad about that stupid ass argument. While Leon has more realistic character development. So I know this is like a unfair point to compare them, but at the same time, it's something that canonically happens. Basically gives a huge up to Leon because he has not died. In conclusion to this video, my guy Leon is dog walking Joel. I know, if somebody out there is a Joel fan and you think Joel wins, well, that's on you. And that I'm just giving my opinion, giving my take on this Twitter post. But I wanted to give it a little bit more in depth. Because you can say like, oh, Joel wins. Yeah, Joel can give like a shot to Leon in the head. Or you can say like, oh, Leon wins because he kicks Joel in the head and fucking dies. But I want to, talk a little bit more in depth about each character abilities, their universe, and everything. So in conclusion, I love my guy Joel. I'm a huge fan of the Last of Us series. and games. But Leon takes the win. And it's many factors: his age, his abilities, and the fact that he has faced bigger threats than Joel. My guy Joel, he's not built like that. So that's everything for the video. It was just I wanted to talk about this debate. I thought it was funny. I thought it was cool, and I just wanted to make like a quick fun video comparing these two characters. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below in the comments, who do you think will win? Tell me, do you think maybe one of my arguments is dumb or stupid, or maybe I'm wrong? Or tell me, nah, you know what, Links, you're totally right, I'm subscribing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Like the video if you like it, comment down below what do you think, and subscribe for more video game content in the future. And I'll see you in the next video.